What's good, job boys? What's goody, man? I ain't gonna lie. Origin week, what? It's then basically a week away, huh? So Origin coming up, man. They say that boy Luai in, Mitch Moses out. Shout out, little Mitch. Mitch out, Lou in. Rome, that guy, the man, that boy. Hey, don't give me. Hey, Rome finna be. Hey, you know Rome gonna come to play. If anybody gonna come to play, hey, the boys is back together. The Penrith boys back together once again. Origin game for the Blues. Come on. Let's see. I ain't gonna lie. I got some of these Fox NRL Fox League videos, man. Y'all boys was fucking with it. Hey, man, I'm here to learn. You feel me? So I gotta watch shit like the media and know what they saying and what's, you know what I'm saying, to talk about and the coaches and all that shit, so niggas can learn. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who this is. Y'all probably tell me who this nigga is. We finna watch this one though. I don't know if it's just him talking, and we gonna watch the other one too with Coach Lowe's. I don't know how to say bro's name, but I think he gonna talk in this one too. But let's see it. See what's going on with the Blues, man. I checked in with Queensland last time, and hey, no Dally. Hey, Roman, go. Hey, shout out my boy Mitch, man. But they say that boy Luai in the game. Hey, come on. I can't miss it for nothing now, man. Come on, though. Mitch Moses out. Luai win. Dally announcing shock halves. Shake up after training injury. Let's get to it.
Suffered a calf strain this afternoon.
He's a little fast. He was too fast, nigga. Mitch, he hurt himself, nigga.
This morning at training, about 20 minutes into the session, just taking down a short side. He's been ruled out of State of Origin 2. We're just
it's cool.
Severity. I'm not sure about the severity of it at this stage.
It's cool. You know why it's cool? Because they said we got Mr. Lowe. Come on, Rome. Yeah, you know where you supposed to be at anyway, man. Quit worrying about them Tigers, man. Forget about them Tigers.
He's working with the Parramatta Eels medical team to help us have scans. He'll return back to Parramatta. At this stage, in terms of replacement, we haven't even discussed. So we've just come off the track. He's just been ruled out now. So we'll sit down with our coaching staff and work with the NRL, obviously, from a procedure point of view, and who do we bring into the 20, and we'll make an announcement in the next few hours on who'll be coming in and taking
who
the
this
spot.
though?
So
y'all let me know. Appreciate y'all, bro, if y'all do.
Pretty devastating.
Yes, then that's coach.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Mitch played really well in game one and started off looking really good this week, and then just injured his calf today, so we're unsure of how bad it is, but he won't be any good, obviously, for Wednesday with a short turnaround, so he's gone for scans. So we've had to make the decision to rule him out.
Who's in?
Jerome will come in. Jerome Lewis.
Yes, sir, Ski. Yes, sir, Ski. Yeah, everybody know that boy.
Who's in?
Jerome will come in. Jerome Luai will come in.
I wonder how this affects the game though, cause I know Rome, like, he get the ball, he might hold that bit 2-3 seconds though. You know what I'm saying? He might not just be a quick popping pass. Rome might get the ball, get money, but Rome gonna play defense though. He gonna hit, he gonna tackle. I don't know how it affect all the technical aspect of Mitch and the difference between Mitch and Lou, but in that boy Rome. But I wonder how I do, cause a nigga like me, I'm for it all though. If we putting the best players out there, I feel like Rome one of the best players in the league, so he gotta be out there. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We gonna see how I play. What's the difference? How it affect? How coach feel? Let me see how. Let me quit yapping. Let me see how coach feel.
I've got a good combination with
Nathan.
Yapping.
Yeah.
You know,
one thing we know though, the Penrith boys, they didn't did it. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 in a row, man. Hey, they say stop them. We've been here before. That's the thing. Obviously, I'll be forgetting. Big Craig, tall, yo, clearly. Oh my God, Rome.
He's a left side player. So he'll do a fine job.
Yeah, Rome. Hey, my bad. I'm just thinking, my bad though. Rome gonna feel. Hey, that boy, he gonna feel back at home, man. He just came, man. He went to them Tigers, having to do everything out there. Now he finna be back where he belong, man. Give me the ball, let me get money on. You feel me? You ain't gotta worry about nothing you do after you give me the ball. Just give me the right. You feel? He finna feel like, this easy again, man.
He'll do a fine job.
He obviously has
Yep. No, he'll come straight into the starting side. Birdo
that guy.
Well, you've got obviously
he deserves it.
You've seen what he can do from a distance. So up close, you probably haven't had a lot of experience with that, but from a distance, you've seen what he can do, and this team would have faith in him.
Oh, they should. He's won 4 grand finals and he won the Origin series last year, so I think everyone would have a lot of confidence and a lot of faith in him. And I don't know Jerome that well, but I think that he'd believe in himself too, that he could come in and do the job at short notice. So there'll only be a couple of training sessions, but the fact that he's played
where coach coach come from? Where he be at? Where he be at? Like, so do niggas is just dedicated Origin coaches? That's crazy to me. See, that's wild. I feel like that's crazy to me. So niggas just dedicated. He's an Origin coach. He don't do nothing else all year. He coach Origin. And then after that, you feel me? His year over with. Or do he coach a club too? Cause that nigga Billy, he don't coach nothing. Do Billy coach club too, or them niggas just dedicated Origin coaches?
Yeah, is an advantage for us as well. You know, it's not like you're bringing in someone that hasn't been here before, that hasn't played with those players. So it is what it is. Disappointed for Mitch, but excited for Jerome.
Laurie, is that a tough decision with Matt Burton in the side too, and did you have to sort of have a chat to him?
Yeah, had a chat to Matty. It's obviously, you know, he'd be disappointed. You want him to be disappointed, but, you know, he gives us a bit more versatility in that 18th man role. You know, he can play a few more positions, and I just think, you know, Jerome and Nathan combination, they've had so much success.
It's undeniable. You better put if Rome out there with Nate, it's undeniable. A big crate back out there, man. Toho, big yo, man. Hey, man.
I think there'll be an energy and a synergy there. And, I think that that'll bring a different style of energy, different style of game, but one that they'll all be confident in. Game, but one that they'll all be confident in.
Is that exemption from the NRL being granted to bring a player?
Yes. So the NRL have granted us that exemption. So one that they'll all be confident in.
Is that exemption from the NRL being granted to bring a player?
Yes. So the NRL
Origin is completely separate from NRL, huh?
We thank them, and yeah, we just sort of move on.
So Origin is just like some whole other shit, separate from the NRL. That's why the NRL games keep going even when they play Origin. Okay. That's tough. That's different.
For game one was to Jerome, wasn't it, to leave him out? So I guess it was a more pleasant one this time.
Yeah, and I think I said at the time he handled it with such class, and he said that if I needed him, he'd be ready to go. So when I rang him, he said, "Sweet, I'm ready to go." So that filled me with confidence.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm just finished training."
Hey, shout out Coach. He fucked with Mitch, but he like, this nigga wrong. What we talking about here? How can I not deny wrong? You know what I'm saying? That's how Coach feeling. Like, I fuck with my dog Mitch. Like, that's my original pick, but we talking about Luai. You know what I'm saying?
He
like, we talking about that guy here, man.
I'm ready to go. So.
Come on, look at it.
Confidence.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I've just finished training." I said, "You fit?" He said, "Mate, I am." I said, "You want to play Origin?" He goes, "Yes." So
that guy.
Simple as that.
Ready for the boombox to come back?
I don't know whether I could put up with the boombox. I can if it was my style of music. Their music style is a lot different to my taste.
How close was he to being in originally in that first team?
Oh, they're always tough selections, and I explained that to him on the night.
Was Mitch on the first squad?
But we felt, to start the series that he and Mitch and Nath was the right way to go about it. But now that, Jerome gets another opportunity with Nathan, I think that will bring the best out in both of them. They know their game so well. Each other's game so
they
well.
finna go stupid. It's finna be a movie. I ain't gonna lie. It's finna be a movie. Say what you want.
It won't be a distraction for us. It won't be a drama.
It's finna be a movie.
A key injury like this, 6 days out from game day with only 2 major training sessions left, could rattle some teams. What gives you confidence that he'll stay the course?
I think what gives me the confidence is the type of player that he is. He'll walk in and everyone will feed off his energy. And I don't think anything phases Jerome. He's always up for a challenge. And the bigger the challenge, the better he goes. So, he's a guy that thrives in this environment. So it's not an issue for him. So it shouldn't be an issue for anyone else.
What does it say about the team that externally you look very confident and confident. How are you feeling internally? Like, does it just give you confidence that the team and culture that you've got, regardless of who's injured or not, that you're confident they can get the job done?
Yeah, I think you have to be. I think that, it's a funny game, rugby league. It's just, with the group of guys that you've got, you've got to make sure that they're prepared really well. And we've had challenges and setbacks all the way through the campaign so far. But, I'd be disappointed if the fact that we lost a guy 6 days out and we couldn't cope with that. I think the guys are very professional. It's not like we're bringing in a rookie. We're bringing in a guy that's won Origin series before.
Man, Rowe finna, like you say, they finna feed off the energy around.
Brian, is Brian okay?
Brian, yeah, he's okay.
Tomato.
Trained as well as what we wanted him to today, so he's on the right path. He'll be okay. If anything changes, it would be on Saturday because you want to make sure he has a really good hit out. So, but I don't think he's in any doubt.
Will Kiro stay?
Toho soon.
Well, he'll go back to train with the Bulldogs tomorrow because they've got a game to get ready for on Sunday. But the fact that he's had one session and then we'll run Brian on the Saturday, and depending on what happens there, Brian will go to Perth, but we'll make a decision one way or the other on Saturday.
Would it be Kira?
Yes, most definitely.
And when's Jerome get into camp? In the Uber?
Well, he was just finishing training, so he just came off the training paddock, so I'm assuming we'll hear him before we see him.
Shout out Rome, man, that guy. His presence is known. I ain't gonna lie, we got another one of them bitches. Fuck it, we here, man. Dearden will have a huge impact. Let's see it. Hey, shout out Dearden. That's Dearden for, you feel me? QLD, that's who they picked over my dog. Down, man. That's who they picked over that boy down, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's still crazy to me. Let's see what the boys talking about, though. Dearden will have a huge impact. I think it's Coach Lowe's again, though. It says Lowe sounds alarm on QLD threat as preparation begins.
The New South Wales coach.
Let's see how Coach feel about Dearden.
Let's cross live now to Blues.
He's probably like, what? No, Dally, I ain't worried.
Coach Laurie Daly on the GIO True Blue Mike Loz. Thanks for joining us, and we just spoke about it. Your mate here next to me, he keeps lighting the fuse, Bulldog, and he's geeing those Queenslanders up. How do you feel about it?
Oh, he certainly doesn't speak for us, Bullfrog, I know that. No, he's been sniffing around up here looking for stories.
Like the old days, Loz, when you used to lick it to me on the side, I remember, hey? Don't forget them days.
That was years ago, Bulldog. I've changed.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Loz, in all seriousness, though, congratulations. We haven't spoken to you since game one on the win, and you go into game two having to make limited changes. That must feel good.
Yeah, it does, Braith. I think the fact that we've only had to make the one change, and it's a big loss, Mitch Barnett, because I thought he was very inspirational with his performance in game one. But Stefano was with us the whole campaign, and he actually trained every session leading into game one. So for us, that's an advantage. So we felt that he's playing some really good football. He's doing everything we want him to do.
Coach got them crazy eyes.
It's going to be a big ask to fill the role of Mitch Barnett, but we know he's capable of doing it.
Hey Laurie, it's Gordy here, mate. What do you expect from the Queenslanders down?
Hey, I smack yo big ass head.
Hey Laurie, it's
too,
Gordy here, mate.
Yo got that fucking shout out my nigga yo.
What do you expect from the Queenslanders down 1-0 in the series? We don't have a great record over there in Perth. What are you expecting from us?
It's time to win, man.
Yeah, I think they're going to be tough, Gordy. I think the amount
it's not going to be easy, but it's that time.
The criticism that they've received has been over the top. I mean,
you're going to make it look easy, though.
It was 18-6 in a State of Origin game, and they could have played a lot better than what they did. Our blokes know that Queensland will come out with fire in their belly. They'll come out.
That's what I'm saying. Queensland going to come out hot.
And we know they're dangerous when
come out knowing they got to win.
People are riding them off. So
big Crate
we certainly won't be falling into that trap, underestimating them. We got a lot to play for ourselves, as do Queensland.
Laurie, Paul Crawley, mate. How do you go about making sure that complacency doesn't come into it, though? Because, like, Bulldog's done the story today, and
it's human nature, isn't it? You can fall into the trap, and New South Wales have done it
Facts.
over the history.
They can't. Another thing, they can't listen to niggas like me and niggas like you, and they can't listen to us thinking, 2-0, easy money. Look at this squad, they trash. They can't even get paired. They can't listen to that, but they gotta go out there thinking they playing goddamn. You feel me? Them guys on the other side, man. They gotta think this the best QLD squad they didn't ever seen. You know what I'm saying? They shivering in they Billy Slater back out there. You feel me? Them boys back out there. That's how they gotta think, man. You feel me?
Origin many times. How do you make sure and
Not
how do you
get comfortable.
Do you address it?
That's fact.
Yeah, we certainly address it, but I feel comfortable in the fact that, we've got a lot of these Penrith players in our group, and they're real leaders in their own sort of way.
They winners.
And the fact that they've been able to win 4 consecutive premierships suggests to me that that's a strong culture. They've got strong leadership, so they'll be invaluable in their role this week. But as I said, we're playing to try and win the series, so that should be motivation enough for our guys. We know the challenge that awaits us. We'll confront it head on, but preparation.
How the boys be feeling about Origin? Like, they love going Origin. They be like, fuck NRL, nigga, I'm going Origin, nigga. That's how they be feeling, man.
Fine.
They got to,
and then it'll
because
come
you
down
get
to the
picked
bouncing
for it.
ball on the night.
Loz, isn't Max King a truly remarkable story? A bloke that for 9 years really just couldn't quite establish himself as an NRL player for varying reasons, injury being the primary reason. Now he's not only in the Origin side, but you've got him starting. It's a wonderful story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Doggy. I think Max is a great example of someone
Max
that's had to fight
King.
and show resilience all the way through his NRL career. And I think that
Pow!
really
Big
helps
dog
people
being there
in
hidden.
They appreciate the opportunity when it's given to them. They
Get up.
understand what they do well in their game, and they consistently do that when they pull on whatever jersey they're playing for.
He getting dirty. He getting dirty. He the boy getting dirty. Like after the game, he hurt, man. His shit hurt.
For the Dogs, and then you saw what he did in game 1 off the bench. I thought he was great.
Sore.
Now gets an opportunity to start, so I think he'll feel more comfortable starting.
He
but all
doing
his
that dirty work.
actions
Oh my
suggest to me
God.
that he's an
Shout out
Origin
Max
player.
King,
Just one of those players that goes about his business, low fuss, just gets the job done.
Loz, Queensland have dropped DCE, they've brought Dearden in. How does that change, or does it change your approach and the team heading into game 2?
Hell no.
Yeah, Tommy Dearden is one of the best players in the game, and I think what he did for Queensland last year and what he's been doing for North Queensland over the last couple of years has been exceptional. He's a constant threat with the ball, and he and Cam Munster, we're going to make sure that we contain them on Wednesday. Their running games will be so critical to how Queensland play.
Can't let Dearden get loose. I ain't gonna lie, that's facts. If you let Dearden get loose, you know what I'm saying? And then Munster nigga like to run with niggas too. Can't let that's facts. Coach not lying. You can't let them niggas get loose.
And I think that
especially
both
in
those
that
players
middle
will have
area.
huge impacts on the game.
Footing niggas.
But we're going to try and be at our best, and we're going to try and nullify them.
That boy Rome on all that. Rome ain't going for none of that, man.
He's a wonderful player, and he challenges the line more than probably most halfbacks in the comp, and we expect him to do that again.
I like Jerome in that middle. though.
Loz, what about Cameron Munster being named as the Queensland captain? Do you think that will inspire him to go after the game more too?
Sure.
I think so, Paul. I think that Cam Munster, to me, I think he'd be really suited to that captaincy role. He just seems like that player that would, feel like he's got to do a bit more than what he normally possibly would, and try and carry that responsibility of leading his state. And I reckon he'd be sitting back thinking, I've got the 6 jersey that Wally Lewis used to play in. I'm now captain of Queensland. I'll show everyone what I'm capable of doing on this arena. He's done it many times before, and I've seen guys like that are champion players get that extra bit of responsibility and they thrive, and I think Cameron will be one of those players.
Hey, Laurie, talking about champion players, what about Payne Haas? And game 1, didn't train all week, comes out. Same with Crichton, but Payne Haas, you played with Glenn Lazarus, Paul Harrigan. Payne Haas, is he one of the best front rows that you've ever seen?
He's certainly on his way, Gordy. I think what he's been able to do in a short period of time has been amazing.
Payne one of the
He
goats.
just moves across the ground so well. both with the ball and without it.
In a way, big pain.
And he's only relatively young still, so the world's his oyster. I think he'd love to go on and win a competition with the Broncos. He'd love to win more Origin series with New South Wales, and if he stays on the path that he's on, then there's no doubt that at some stage in the next 4 or 5 years, people will start to compare him to those type of guys. But Payne's very well grounded. He understands that you've got to continually do it at this level. You can't rely on your last performance. He'll have a target on his back. He accepts that. But we're going to go harder than what we did in game one, and Payne will.
Now, Laws, I'm saddened by the demise of the bonding session. When you and Gordy were around, you would span for 3 days. Now we're lucky to get 2 middies of light out of this mob. They're a bit more responsible, aren't they?
Yeah, it surprised me, Bulldog, in the first camp, to be honest with you. They are professional. They go about their business so well. There's only a couple of them that have a beer. In our day, everyone would have a beer, and you would be out for 2 or 3 days. But they are so professional in how they go about it. They understand the responsibilities that come now with playing NRL, and if they want to have a long, successful NRL career, then they've got to look after their body and they've got to look after themselves. So it's certainly a different time, but one for the better, I think.
Yep, times have changed, Loz. Congratulations again on that win in game one, and good luck in game two. And I'll try and quieten this Bulldog Richie down next to me for you guys.
When are you coming up here next, Bulldog?
I'll be up there straight after this show, Loz, giving you my guts for this great state.
I'm sure you do. You don't speak for us though, okay?
Don't speak for us though, okay? Shout out to them boys, man. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to them boys. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired. It's all good though. That's so funny. I ain't gonna lie, I agree with Coach a lot though. Coach, you can't let that nigga Dearden and Munster get loose. Munster, I do believe Munster gonna have a good game. He gonna ball out, you feel me, do his thing in the middle. I feel like a nigga like Rome, though, he gonna be on that. Rome gonna step up for the challenge. He there to play, he there to do his thing. That's it though, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired. What else? Let me think. I think that's on my mind. And the way the attack gonna look different with Rome and Cleary instead of Moses. I think Clearly gonna have to do less. You know what I'm saying? Clearly not gonna have to do as much. But Rome out there, he gonna be able to, he not gonna have to do that much running. He might not have to do that much kicking. You know what I'm saying? He just gotta get Rome the ball and get out the way. You feel me? But love y'all boys, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all boys chase y'all dreams, gang. Don't never stop, bro.